A Depression-era love story first told in 1939, Ask the Dust stars Salma Hayek as a Mexican waitress looking for the American dream who ends up finding an Italian writer played by Colin Farrell. But she's not the only one with eyes for him. Fans of Broadway will surely remember Idina Menzel from her Tony Award-winning performance in Wicked. Salma, Idina, good morning to both of you. Thanks for being here.
Hello. Good morning.
I'm thinking you should do the interview because you interviewed Idina for a magazine back in December.
That's right.
Did you find anything interesting that we should talk about?
Oh my God, anything. But if I was doing the interview, it would be very expensive for you.
Very expensive.
Because I would say, why don't you sing some tunes from this era?
She's gonna get in trouble.
Was she a good interviewer?
You have to pay for the rights, you know.
Then it becomes a whole legal hassle. Was she a good interviewer?
She was great. Are you kidding?
Well, I want to talk about, let's start talking about this movie. And Salma, let me begin with you, because I kept watching this film thinking, this is a very, very difficult part because the range of emotions going on. Set it up for me. You're a Mexican waitress who's just looking to find an American husband for a better life.
It's very simple dreams. A green card and a little bit of love. That's not much to ask.
And then comes along this Italian-American writer with the name Arturo
Bandini.
Which isn't working for you.
Not really helping, yeah.
And is it love at first sight? Because it's as you watch this movie, you think, do they hate each other or do they crush on each other?
It's a recognition of love at first sight that you know it's going to be bad news. So in their struggle to fight against this instantaneous passion, they become into each other to try to stay away from each other.
You know what I want to, this is a good point to play a clip here to kind of set the scene and set the tone for this very odd relationship. Here it is, and then we'll continue.
You think you're so smart. You're going to write a book and have the world on a string. Huh? Well, what if you don't?
I will.
Yeah, but what if you don't?
I will.
You're book smart, but you're not smart. You're not rich. You're not nice. You're loud, angry, and poor.
It's a touching scene. So we've all known couples who have this relationship and they seem to fight all the time, but they love each other madly. This goes a much step farther. You guys are cruel to each other. How did you develop that kind of chemistry to what you're told initially is a love story?
I love it that you talk about. We've heard about relationships that are like you haven't had one.
Well, I mean, you've known people.
We've known people like you've never experienced.
She's turning into the interviewer again. You see what's happening here? She's trying to turn this on me. Idina, let me talk about your character because let's get away from me and Salma for a moment and let's talk about your character because this is I watched this performance equally hard character to play because your character, correct me if I'm wrong, is kind of manic, kind of pitiful also, isn't she?
She's wounded. She's wounded.
Physically and
psychologically, yeah. But she's infatuated with Colin's character, and she chases him around and, you know, finally wears him down, and they actually end up having this really wonderful relationship, and she kind of teaches him how to be more compassionate, a man.
Yeah, you're like the other woman that kind of sets him up to accept Salma's character in many ways. Were you intimidated by working with Colin Farrell at all?
Yes.
Were you?
Extremely,
How
yeah.
so?
I was just starstruck by him. I've always thought he was cute. It's like, you know, this is my first big movie. If you asked me to tell you what my 3 favorite guys in the movies were, he'd be there. And
so would you walk in the set and say, "Can I have your autograph?"
No, I would never do that. I was trying to play cool.
Now, this film was shot in 2004. You were still doing Wicked on Broadway.
I think I was like 9 months in, and I hadn't missed many shows, and I had vacation coming to me. So
you didn't call in sick. You begged for the time off.
Are you kidding? Yeah, I took the green off, cut my hair.
Well, I enjoyed it a lot. And thanks so much for coming on and talking. This is good to have you here. We do appreciate it. And we'll take a break. We'll be back after these messages.